All right, light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are broadcasting live from HDN headquarters. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to it. If you're new here and you just happen to stumble upon this online gathering this evening and you're wondering what the hell this is all about, well, this is what we like to call Michael Myers Monday Live, and it is our weekly gathering, hangout session, geek out fest with our fellow loyal, the faithful, and the fanatical, the fans of the Michael Myers Halloween movie franchise, which brings me to all of our returning friends. What's up, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Welcome to it. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If you're here, that means you made it through another week. In our case, it's been 2 weeks since our last Triple M live stream, so it's been a minute, and you made it through that. And if you're here, you made it through another Monday, and that's reason to celebrate. So we're celebrating tonight, and I'm celebrating you guys because you guys rock. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. Happy Michael Myers Monday to everybody. All right, let's see who is in the live chat tonight. I've already been seeing some familiar friends popping up, and got to give a shout out to our buddy Rob Windsor right off the top, kicking us off in style this evening with a $5 super chat. Of course, the super chats are more than welcome. That helps. That goes so far in supporting us and helping us do what we do here at HDN. We do have our spring store merch up as well. Some new merch, including a new mug, which I don't even have mine yet, but we got a new Halloween Daily News mug for sale, and we got that 25% off sale. Just use coupon code YTShopping25 and you'll get 25% off everything in our HDN merch store, our spring store. You can click on those links for that. And I'm not going to do a show and tell tonight, but I do want to remind you we're keeping that sale going, that Triple M Crew special that we've been doing for a few weeks here. A lot of people taking advantage of that. I love to see it. It's kind of unique just for you guys. The code is Triple M Crew 3. That's MMMCREW and then the number 3. And that will get you $3 off of items, certain items in our own online store, HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop, including the Michael Myers and Laurie H2 collectible figures and all currently in stock Michael Myers masks. You can get $3 off of each of those items with code Triple M Crew 3. That's just for you guys, the Triple M crew that join us live every week on Monday nights here. And again, I've pinned the 25% off for the HDN merch if you want to get our new mug or t-shirts or anything like that up there. All right, all that stuff's out of the way. I think we got a fun show, fun evening planned here tonight. Not a ton of breaking news, of course, but we do have some very exciting H45 guest announcements to dig into that have been made since our last live broadcast. So we're going to talk all about that. I got some fun related flashback videos. You know, when I don't have a brand new interview or some new content to premiere here exclusively for you guys, I try to have something fun, some kind of fun throwback material that's kind of timely in the light of whatever else we're talking about this evening. So these, both of tonight's flashback videos are going to be from 5 years ago, the 2018 40 Years of Terror event. And we'll talk more about that later. And then we got a couple little merch news bites to go over, and we'll do shout outs at the end like always. So that's the game plan. Like I said, I'm not going to do a show and tell this week. I don't have a new item in hand. Again, you use those discounts for merch. It's all on sale. It's special for you guys. But what we are going to do is we're going to move our poll results and launching of this week's poll up to the top of tonight's program like we did 2 weeks ago. I kind of like doing that because that way we can look at our most recent results. And if you haven't discussed that, then that can be part of tonight's discussion. But it also gives us the run of tonight's live stream to kind of talk about this new poll that we're going to launch tonight. And then we might even, if we have time and if I remember, we might refer back to it at the end of the show to see and what votes might have been cast till then. So We've got 2 polls to look at the results of because we didn't do a live stream last Monday. So we're going to start with our poll from 2 weeks ago, then we'll go to last week's poll, and then we will officially launch this week's poll. But first, let me just say hello once again to everybody over here in the live chat. Lots of friends and familiar names and faces. David Suber, Megan Wagner, of course, 2 of our longtime regulars. Tim Leo is in the house. Happy Triple M. I see Christopher Bell has joined us, asking if he thinks if we think Halloween Ends is better than H4, 5, and 6. I don't know. Food for thought. Discuss. David Suber, I said that, but he deserves more than one mention. Of course, Teen Wolf in the house. Love to see Teen Wolf here. Rob Windsor, of course, again, supporter. Love that. Let's everybody toast Rob. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Brett Patrick, an illustrious channel member. You too can be an illustrious channel member and join Brett and some of our other members that I'm sure are going to be chiming in here. It's just $5 a month and all kinds of cool perks, including certain pre-recorded videos early and all kinds of other stuff. And there is going to be some exciting members-only events coming up soon as we get closer to the fall season. Let's see, who else am I seeing in here this evening? Byron has checked in. What's up, man? Phil is here. Awesome. I love to see it. Who else is here? Let's see. Oh, you guys getting into the H45 talk already? Yeah. All right, we're gonna get into that. Yeah, some very exciting guest announcements that we're gonna talk about. Amy has checked in as well. Ah, yes, Amy with the Laurie Strode cosplay. Awesome. Welcome. You're totally welcome for the support. We love your Laurie Strode cosplay every week. Thank you for hanging out and joining us this evening in the live chat, Amy. Welcome. Happy Michael Myers Monday, you guys. Amy's an awesome Laurie Strode cosplayer, always posting Michael Myers Monday content every week, and we try to reshare and repost that as much as we can, as we do with so many of you guys. So thanks for hanging out and being with us. All right, I'm still a little bit scrambling this week. We had a photo shoot a few hours ago, and so I'm still making sure I got everything queued up. I might not, and it might just take me a second here tonight, but we are going to go over to our poll results and get things rolling right here. Starting with our poll from 2 weeks ago. You will recall that we asked and this is a fun one, and I was excited about these results. Not totally shocked with the results, I gotta admit, but this was a fun poll. And we asked, what is your favorite song featured in a Halloween movie? And by song, I was really meaning like a song with lyrics, not part of the score, not a track from the score per se, but a song. And the 5 options we put up were Don't Fear the Reaper, Mr. Sandman, What's This Life For from H2O, Love Hurts from Rob Zombie's Halloween, and Hunter's Moon from Halloween Kills by the band Ghost. And let's go over here to the results now, shall we? All right, so with 184 total votes, tied for 4th place with just 2% of those votes were What's This Life For, the Creed song featured in H2O, and Love Hurts, which was featured in the Rob Zombie films. In 3rd place with just 4% is Ghost Hunter's Moon. In 4th place with 27%, Mr. Sandman, featured of course in Halloween 2, then again in H2O, and also in Rob's remake. And the winner by a pretty big margin, I would say, 64% of the total vote. And I gotta agree, it's my pick too. Don't Fear the Reaper. Of course, used in the original film, reprised once again, more recently in HNs. Let's go down and look at some of the comments that were left. Because as always, YouTube only allows us to make 5 options. So I always urge you, if you have picks that are not among these options, to write them in, and many of you did. Freddie Voorhees 4293 says, And Fools Shine On from Halloween 6 and Nights in White Satin from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 are some underrated ones. Nice to see Love Hurts get mentioned here. Yes, I too love the use of Nights in White Satin in Rob's Halloween 2. I considered making that an option. It probably would have been a more fitting option, actually, for me to put up there than Love Hurts. It's used a little bit more prominently. But in Full Shine On 2, I also debated, should I put that one up, the Brother Kane song from H6, or the Creed song from H2O. I personally, for my own taste, I like the Brother Kane and Full Shine On song from H6 a lot more than that Creed track myself. But I just figured that was a much more possibly well-known song, band, movie even. In any case, I love Freddie's picks here too. I too like both of those songs and their usage in those films. All right, Brett G.9502 says, I have to go with the Mr. Sandman song. I especially love the way it was used for the intro sequence to H2O. I also like the Boy Harsher song, Burn It Down, from Halloween Ends. Excellent picks right there. I too like how Mr. Sandman was brought back in H2O. Carrie Whitemarsh 3457 says, I loved the song Stop, Look, and Listen. It's Halloween by Pete Antel from Halloween Ends. I think she means actually that song was featured in Halloween Kills, if I'm not mistaken. That's the one that the Johns are playing in the Myers house in Kills. And I too love that. That is part of my official Halloween playlist. It's a public playlist. If you go to my Michael Myers playlist, which I've got listed in the description of this video on Spotify, which is a public playlist as well, you can also click on my Mad Arts profile on Spotify and find my Halloween music playlist, and that's got tons and tons of songs and music, not just specifically from this franchise, but Stop, Look, and Listen, It's Halloween is among those. Another vote for Brother Kane. Next USCW says, Brother Kane and Full Shine On is my favorite song used in a Halloween movie, probably because The Curse is my favorite Halloween movie, and I really love that song when I first heard it in that. Very cool. And finally, Ballad of the Broken 7569 says, Halloween 2 by the Misfits. Yes, that one was used in Rob's Halloween as well. I love that track myself. It's not very noticeable in the film, though, which is one of the reasons I didn't list it. But Rob has a lot of cool songs on his soundtracks as well. All right, so now we're going to go quickly to last week's poll results. And you will recall that we didn't do a live stream last week, but even when we don't do the live streams, I'm trying to keep the polls posting on time, even if we don't have a live stream. So last week we asked, keeping the musical theme going, who is your favorite Halloween movie soundtrack composer, excluding John Carpenter? Assuming Carpenter is everybody's favorite, other than John Carpenter, who's your favorite? And the options we listed were Alan Howarth, who of course worked with Carpenter on H2 and H3 and then took over the reins and did the soundtracks for H4, H5, and H6. John Ottman, the original composer for H2O. Marco Beltrami, who actually is not the official composer of H2O, but much of his score from Scream 2 was used in H2O. Danny Lux for Resurrection, and Tyler Bates for Rob Zombie's films. And we'll go over to the results now with 133 total votes. The overwhelming winner is Alan Howarth. John Ottman, Marco Beltrami, and Danny Lux all tied for third place with just 2%. Tyler Bates got 8% of the vote for the zombie films, but Alan Howarth dominated with 86% of the vote. And I would have to agree, if we can't have Carpenter doing it, which, I mean, let's hope that as long as Carpenter is alive and breathing on this earth, if they're making a Halloween movie, he's the only choice. But if he declines, I think we all agree Howarth is the only logical next choice. And the results of this say that. A couple comments down below. Tiffany Shank8837 said, well, that was harder than I thought it would be. I was going to pick Marco Beltrami because of the opening H2O theme, but I had to go with Alan Howarth for the sheer amount of work he gave us, and I don't know if it was him or John Carpenter that made the Halloween 2 theme and the music playing when Dr. Loomis and Laurie run through the hospital at the end, but that still gives me chills. Yeah, that was definitely a collaboration between the two of them. Our own Al Suspiria, regular here on Monday nights and on the channel, says, I like them all. They all bring unique songs, great soundtracks. Relic Dark 203 Music says, I would have loved Carpenter and Howarth for the David Gordon Green trilogy. So I guess you're saying, Relic is saying that they would have preferred if it was Carpenter and Howarth rather than Carpenter with Cody Carpenter and Daniel Davies. Interesting. Whizzing Isley says, Howarth by a mile. I'd like to see him return at some point. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I would have to agree that if it's not, if we can't have Carpenter, then Howarth is definitely the next choice. He was kind of the anointed one. Although now I would almost say, if we couldn't have Carpenter, I would next look to, well, could Cody and Daniel, might they be interested in taking the reins? Possibly. Because they've got a trilogy under their belt now, just like Howarth does on his own. And if you'll remember, longtime fans and longtime readers of Halloween Daily News, remember long before Halloween 2018 was announced, when we were covering Halloween Returns, that was a project that almost came to fruition and got very close to almost happening, very close to going before cameras before it fell apart, which ultimately led to the franchise separating from Dimension and the Weinsteins, which ultimately was a very good thing for this franchise. So everything happens for a reason. But if you'll remember back around 2015, we were covering the development of Halloween Returns. And we actually interviewed Alan Howarth at that time. And he told us exclusively that he was not only willing to consider, but was very interested and wanted to come back and do the soundtrack for Halloween Returns. And we published that. And the director at the time, Marcus Dunstan, and his writer, Patrick Melton, they saw that interview. They got stoked. They were responding on social media and expressing their interest in having Alan come in. So it was looking like it was almost going to happen with that movie. Very interestingly enough. All right, before we move on, let's go ahead and launch this week's Michael Myers Monday poll question, because we want to know this week. And I want you to hit the poll at some point, but you can go ahead and chime in here in the live chat as we're broadcasting tonight, because this is an ongoing discussion, and our main news item that we're going to go into here next is, of course, 45 Years of Terror. I was about to say 44 Years of Terror. What's that? 45 Years of Terror. So we want to know, aside from the obvious, John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis, aside from them, and aside from everybody officially announced so far, everybody listed on that website, and that includes all the people I'm going to talk about tonight. So excluding everybody announced so far, and excluding Carpenter and Curtis, who is your quote-unquote most hoped-for guest announcement for 45 Years of Terror? I think this is a very interesting question. There's a lot of possibilities as far as cast members and alums that have never attended one of these reunion events, and aren't even necessarily on the convention circuit. Others that are kind of on the convention circuit in a way, but have not been at a Halloween convention that I know of. I listed a couple that are on the top of my list, actually. So let me know what you think of these. I listed as your 5 options: Kyle Richards, Josh Hartnett from H2O, Michelle Williams from H2O, Katie Sackhoff from Resurrection, of course now one of the stars of The Mandalorian, and Malcolm McDowell, who I have met before, but I don't believe that Malcolm has ever done one of the Halloween franchise reunion events, and certainly as one of only 2 people to ever play the iconic role of Dr. Loomis. I think he would be a worthy addition myself. But you guys tell me who your most hoped for guest for 45 Years of Terror is. This poll launched about 15 minutes ago, and we've got a few votes in. Looks like the early lead is a three-way tie between Kyle Richards, Michelle Williams, and Katie Sackhoff. Can't say that. Well, we've only got a few votes in. We will definitely, if I remember, you guys try to remind me before I sign off at the end of tonight's live stream. We will check back in on some of the results of this poll. But go ahead and chime in now here in the live chat with your most hoped for guest. And yeah, you can, aside from Lori, aside from Jamie and John, go crazy with it. Could you imagine, though, Oscar winner Michelle Williams making her first ever fan signing convention appearance at an event like 45 Years of Terror? I think that would be amazing. I mean, she'd be one near the top of my list, honestly. Just because I feel like she's, such a respected actress now, an Oscar winner. She's gone on to do so many big things, and a lot of people forget that yeah, that's our Molly from H2O right there. And obviously Kyle Richards. I think anything's possible. Like I always say, I think anything's possible. I don't know if where these people stand with any of this, but certainly a lot of money to be raised for charity if that's the way they wanted to go. All right, let's go over here to the live chat. Andromeda has checked in. What's up? Welcome. Another illustrious channel member. And Patrick Ring, another illustrious channel member. Welcome, friends. Thank you both for hanging out. Anthony has checked in as well. What's up, man? Larry Moore is in the house, too. Awesome. I love it. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out and participating in the live chat. Oh, Anthony went to Party City today and they had boxes and boxes of new Halloween shipments arriving. Oh, yes. I love it. Whew, I'm going to have to get out to one. Oh, that is exciting. All right, why is my monitor over here showing stuff from a half hour ago? All right. Let's see. Thanks for the heads up, Anthony. Wow. Yeah, stuff is coming out earlier and earlier than ever. It's amazing. Byron says, how about Cody, Daniel, and Howarth together? Now that's a combo I never thought of. I don't know. That might be weird, but it might. Alan did spend a lot of time working with John on those two movies. And certainly these guys, nobody else has worked with him as much as these guys have. So, why are we so dark here tonight? Is that a little bit better? I don't know why we're so dark. I don't know what I'm doing differently tonight, but like I said, we're just winging it a bit this evening. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? City Kitty has checked in. Merry Michael Myers Monday. I like that. Merry Michael Myers Monday to you as well, City Kitty. Let's see. Roblox Hacker has checked in. What's up, man? Andromeda says, Kyle. Ooh, Teen Wolf was saying, hoping to see Brad Dourif. I'd like to meet him in person. That is a very, very cool choice. Yes, I maybe I should have put him down. I've never met Brad. I don't know who I would sub him for though. I don't know, but yeah, great choice, Teen Wolf. I like that. Yes, there are so many that so many just iconic actors that have been a part of this franchise that have not necessarily been at any of these prior convention appearances. Not to mention people that have never been at any convention appearance, because we're about to talk about a few of them here in just a second. Tim Leal says Andy Matichek, awesome. Rob says Dick Warlock and the Big Two. Awesome. Justin Williams has checked in. Can't wait to get his zombie Michael Myers mask from Trick or Treat Studios. Yeah, I think they're gonna. I haven't seen one in person yet, but I have faith that these are going to be some really faithful reproductions that Trick or Treat is doing, and we are taking pre-orders ourselves for both versions of the Halloween '07 mask. If you haven't done your pre-order, let's see. Alan's Horror has checked in. Hello and welcome. Darlene just checked in as well. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you, Darlene. Byron's asking about Scout and Danielle at H45. As of this recording, as of this broadcast, I should say, they've not been announced yet, but I got a feeling that they're going to be there. Yeah, I'd be more shocked if they're not announced. Patrick says John Michael Graham and PJ Souls. I love it. Camp Blood Collections checking in. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Excellent. All right. So like I said, our main news item this week is more huge guest announcements. What am I saying? Some very significant guest announcements. Why can't I say that tonight? Some very significant guest announcements have been made for 45 Years of Terror in the last 2 weeks. 7 guests have been officially added to the lineup, and it is looking just amazing, I have to say. But we're going to start with one very notable guest edition that we've discussed the possibility of. We've discussed the possibility of quite a bit here on Michael Myers Monday Live on previous weeks. And myself, a lot of you are going to be very happy with this one because Corey is coming to H45. That's right. Rowan Campbell officially announced as a guest. It's going to be his first ever convention appearance. So let's go over here and take a look at his announcement graphic here, announced just a few days ago. Rowan Campbell, of course, played Corey Cunningham in last year's Halloween Ends. This will be, like I said, his first ever convention appearance. Very fitting at the 45 Years of Terror event. And many of us were hoping and kind of thinking, kind of had an idea that this was a good possibility that this might happen. I had said before that I thought it was a very good possibility that he would be announced and this would actually be his first convention appearance. And so there we go. It's official now. Rowan's going to be there. And if it's anything like many of these other franchise alums that we've had the pleasure of talking to and interviewing over the years, including James U. Courtney and Rhian Reese, who both made their first ever convention appearance at 40 Years of Terror back in 2018, and many others we've talked to that they didn't know, they thought they knew what to expect. Like James told me the last time I interviewed him that he thought he knew what to expect. People told him what they felt would prepare him for 40 Years of Terror and for conventions in general and for stepping into this franchise. But he was still shocked. It's still what he says. It's been the most surprising thing in the last 5 years of this community love. And so, yeah, I think Rowan will no doubt feel that. And I know you guys are regular viewers anyway, for the most part, are in agreement with me that Rowan turned in an amazing, stellar performance as Corey Cunningham. Even, whether you like or don't like the creative decisions made with the character, I mean, the actor himself certainly did his job and then some. And then if you do like the choices that they made in the introduction of this character, like I do, and like a lot of you, a lot of our regular viewers have expressed that you do too, then yeah, this is just huge, great news. And I'll take this opportunity to plug the fact and remind you that we are taking those pre-orders on the officially licensed Halloween Ends, Corey and Allison masks. So you might want to pre-order your Scarecrow mask right now. I've got the link down in the description of this video right now. You can find it anytime at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. And that's where you can pre-order right now your officially licensed Corey Cunningham mask. And then you can take it out to Pasadena to 45 Years of Terror this fall and get it autographed and be among the first ever in the history of the universe to get Rowan Campbell's autograph on a Corey Cunningham mask. Pretty cool. All right, let's move on. There's been a few other announcements, and another one was, quite notably, another one is another first ever convention appearance. Check this out. Recently announced, Gwen Van Dam. Now, just when we thought we knew and had met and had gotten to talk to and interview in many cases just about everybody living from the original 1978 masterpiece, well, here comes Gwen to remind us, oh no, not so fast. Gwen played the Smiths Grove Sanitarium nurse in some scenes with Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis with actual young Michael. Not in the actual theatrical cut of Halloween 78, but specifically in the TV cut, the broadcast version. And you will remember that when they were making Halloween 2, they were also prepping Halloween 78 for its broadcast premiere on NBC. And they filmed those additional scenes for the broadcast TV version, including those additional sanitarium scenes. And so here we go. Gwen Van Dam. She appeared as the sanitarium nurse with Dr. Loomis in Halloween 78 broadcast TV version. And she too, along with Rowan, now officially announced to be making her first ever convention appearance this fall at Halloween 45 Years of Terror, the ultimate gathering of Halloween franchise alums and of fans. This is going to be a fan gathering as well as a gathering of friends within these cast groups as well. Many of them are friends and don't get to see each other as often as they'd like sometimes. So two first time ever convention appearances, not just first time at a Halloween convention, but first time ever convention appearances. I think these two are amazing ads. Also announced just a few days ago, Mickey Yablans, who you will recall played young Richie, one of the bullies. He and Lonnie giving Tommy a hard time in the original 78 Halloween. He's also the son of producer Irwin Yablans, who, of course, helped get Halloween made and get John Carpenter on board as director. Mickey Yablans joins the lineup at 45 Years of Terror. Excuse me 1 second, I gotta clear my... And of course, if Mickey's gonna be there, his dad, the great Irwin Yablans, will be there as well. Irwin Yablans, of course, famous, iconic Hollywood producer in his own right, executive producer of the original Halloween, as well as Halloween 2 and Halloween 3 season of The Witch. Added to the lineup for this year's 45 Years of Terror. From Halloween 2, and also the sci-fi classic The Last Starfighter, the great Lance Guest, added as a guest for H45. I've met Lance. I actually met Lance at one of the first horror conventions I ever attended. It might have been the first. I got to look back. But he was just really cool, really nice guy. Very nice post for some fun candid pictures for us. This was very early days of our convention experience, even before we had launched HalloweenDailyNews.com. And Lance, of course, plays Jimmy in Halloween 2. We're going to be talking a little bit more about Halloween 2 on another news item tonight as well. But very cool to have Lance guests added. And can't have Jimmy without old Bud. Leo Rossi also added to this growing epic guest lineup for 45 Years of Terror. Leo, of course, played good old Bud in the 1981 sequel, the first sequel, Halloween 2. And finally, bringing it back around, friend of the brand, good friend of HDN, and one of the most talented artists in Hollywood, if you ask me, Oscar-winning special effects makeup artist Christopher Nelson, who, of course, created the mask along with his team, the Michael Myers mask, and all of the carnage in the most recent trilogy of films, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. Christopher Nelson, and he also did technically play Michael Myers as well in a shot or two of Halloween 2018. So he will be part of that Michael Myers assembly of Michael Myers actors as well. Christopher Nelson added to the lineup officially for 45 Years of Terror. Now, I'm a little bit confused. I don't know why they chose to list only Halloween Ends up here. Of course, as you guys well know, I mean, Christopher worked on Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. Very important part of all three of those films, to say the least. Kind of weird that they don't list his other credits. But in any case, I'm very excited, and we kind of knew he was coming and going to be part of it. If you watch Sean Clark's channel and of course my favorite video podcast on YouTube, The Thing with Two Heads, if you watch that and saw them talking about 45 Years of Terror and all, then you know well that they already let it slip that Christopher was going to be a guest. So this is not a huge surprise. So there you go, 7 guest additions. And I think that brings the total as of Monday, June 19th, to around 27 guests announced so far, I think, if I'm counting correctly. Again, this lineup just keeps getting better. It is going to be even bigger. I don't even think they're halfway done at 27, which is insane if you think about it. But you also think about how many guests that were there 5 years ago that they haven't announced yet, and then some of these other ones that we're talking about that weren't there that are possibilities. I mean, there are a ton of people that were in the last 3 movies, and none of these 3 movies had come out yet when 40 Years of Terror took place. It took place early days before, and like I said, David, James Jude Courtney, and Rhian Reese, that was their first ever convention appearance. David Gordon Green showed up there too. Attendees will remember David Gordon Green showed up and did a signing for VIPs and participated in that Q&A panel. So you never know. But hit us up in that poll. Let us know who your most hoped for guest is. And hit us up down in the comments below. Let me hear your thoughts and here in the live chat, of course, of these guest announcements so far. Who are you most excited to meet? Or in some cases, to meet again? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you bought your tickets yet? Did you get VIP tickets before they sold out within a few minutes? I want to hear from you, and I want to hear if we're going to see you out there in Pasadena at 45 Years of Terror. It is happening September 30th and 31st and October 1st. The locations tour is on Friday the 30th. The convention center show event is happening on that Saturday and Sunday, the 31st, or the 30th, September 29th, 30th, and October 1st. So there we go. Let me hear from you. And let me hear from you right now in the live chat about that stunning lineup that we've got. I mean, yeah, I'm loving how this is shaping up. Byron wants to meet Dr. Mathis and Nurse Deb at H45, and David Gordon Green and maybe Danny McBride. I love those picks. I love all those picks. You'll recall we interviewed Nurse Deb, Michelle Dawson. She's really awesome. We'd love to meet her in person as well. Patrick's got his VIP ticket, hotel, and flight all ready to go. Awesome. We don't have a flight yet, man. What's the best deal you found on a flight? We're going all the way coast to coast, so we need a good deal and something that's not going to crash, preferably. Let's see here. Who else? David says, met Mr. Nelson 3 times. He's always a class act. Great to talk with. Yeah, I met Christopher actually in 2018, just briefly right at the top of that event. I saw him, and we just ran up, and we had spoken on the phone earlier that year in an interview, and yeah, it was great. It was awesome. Byron says this lineup is awesome so far. I agree. David says fantastic lineup. Yeah, hell yeah. All right, Patrick, JetBlue. All right, dude, for real. I'm going to write that down and look into it, man. For real, because we gotta start getting serious about that. I love it. Brett's got VIP, hotel, and flights all booked. Sweet. Hell yes. You guys are set. Yeah, you are counting down the days. I love it. David met David Gordon Green at the 40th as well. Killer. All right, speaking of the 40th, like I said, I try to premiere something cool or give you guys something exclusive whenever I can here on Monday nights. If not, though, as this is the anniversary year and we're kind of on the road to 45 Years of Terror and counting down to this event, and looking back on our 10 years and going on 11 years now of HDN and our archives, trying, if I don't have something new for you, I'm trying to give you something fun as a flashback, as a throwback that we can look at, and something kind of timely with what we're talking about tonight. So I figured I pulled 2 clips that are kind of timely with this week's announcements. And this first one, I shared it in our community tab and our socials last Monday, so you might have watched it then. But it's only 2 minutes long. This is Mickey Yablans speaking during that Halloween 78 panel in 2018 about working with his dad and playing young Richie in the original Halloween. Check it out.
I really worked on it, and I did it, and it turns out I got the part. And being a little young and naive, when I was home, and I ran up to my dad, and I said, I got this part. And, I'm really, really excited. And he said, oh, what a coincidence. I'm the producer. So, so it was my first learning experience of really, nepotism. But we had, like everyone was saying, it was an amazing time. And I remember the spray painting of the gourd, and I remember that damn pumpkin or gourd took about 5 or 6 hours to finally break. We cut it with a chainsaw. We almost put a stick of dynamite in that thing, and no matter how many times I threw him down as hard as I could, and I did, but it didn't break. But that was the frustrating part. But we had the best time. I remember we really had a wonderful, wonderful time, and I did wear my same clothes too, my own clothes. But I gotta say, for me, it was kind of normal because throughout my childhood, my dad, the greatest joy he ever got was scaring the crap out of people. So, I've never met anybody that would stay, in a cupboard or a closet for 45 minutes to an hour and a half just to make sure, just in the hope somebody would open it up. and I gotta tell you, I've inherited that. And, whenever my friends would come over, I had them sign a waiver. I had them, it was he would put the movie on for us. This was after the movie was out, and then he would lurk outside with the knife and everything. And he was always fun, but always loved a good scare, and I inherited that. So here we are, 40 years later, still scaring. So. Yeah.
Yep, still scaring. 40 years later, 45 years later now, still scaring. I love that clip and just hearing about how his dad, Irwin, would get joy and hang out in the closet for hours and wait to scare his kids and family. And so, of course, he would be executive producer of the first 3 Halloween movies. Of course, he would be instrumental in bringing the world Michael Myers. I love that. I love that clip. And there is more to that panel, our footage. If you watch our extended footage that is elsewhere on this channel right now, and I will share the clip at some other time, you get to hear Brian Andrews talk a little bit about his memory of shooting that same scene where, and you hear Mickey say there that, yeah, no matter how many times we threw him down, we couldn't get that gourd to bust open, and we were throwing him hard too, and you heard him say that in there. So, and we do have footage of Brian responding to that in his memories of literally getting thrown down there as hard as they could to try to break that pumpkin. Check that out in our Halloween 78 from 2018 panel footage, or keep tuning in here on Monday nights. We'll get to that flashback video eventually here as well. But I do have another one I want to play for you here tonight. It's real short like that. It's a few minutes longer than that one, but it's still real short. This one is from the 2018 panel. You've seen lots of clips from this, and you've probably watched the whole thing, and many of you were there. If you were there in 2018, David Sewer. But at this panel, this is particularly the discussion of the mask, the all-important mask as presented in the 2018 film. And I chose this one because, just like Mickey was just announced, and I wanted to share a flashback featuring Mickey, I thought it'd be only fitting to share a flashback featuring our buddy Christopher Nelson as well, talking about creating that all-important mask. And then he also mentioned some of the creations that were not seen on film and that were created at some point. So check out this clip featuring Christopher Nelson, another recent guest addition to 45 Years of Terror. Check it out. Oh, pardon me 1 second, guys. Just got to adjust the volume on this one.
Do you guys like the mask?
I mean, it all starts with the director, David, and you know, the point was, after all these years and all the sequels and things like that, you want to give the fans what they want. You want to give them that classic, and in the context of the story had taken place 40 years later, after the first movie, and all the other movies go away. If that mask doesn't look like Michael Myers, if it doesn't have that shape, if it doesn't have that silhouette, pardon the pun, then it's just not going to work. You know, it's just, you're not going to pull it off. So we had a great team of artists, myself, Vincent, Justin Mabry, everybody at Vincent Van Dyke's shop. We're all Halloween fans, and we're all Michael Myers fans, and we all studied photo after photo after photo, and masks and 40-year-old masks and how they decay, and again, the silhouettes and the hair. You have to sculpt the hair. It was just a lot of work, and it was a collaboration of a lot of people that wanted to see that character return and wanted to do right by the context of the story, do right by David and Malik, and for the fans mostly. You know, we just wanted to make everybody happy. So we worked really hard, and I think we got close. We could do better, but we got close.
Yeah, I don't know what else to add to that. I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head, though. It's all about going back to the roots of that original mask and really trying to pay a nice homage to it and then age it and distress it in a way that feels believable and natural.
Yeah, the other thing too is a lot of people, you have to take a bit of cinematic and artistic license with the decayed look of a mask. You can't look, if you took the original mask as it is today and you stuck it on the guy's head, it'd be laughed off. You couldn't use it, it just wouldn't work. So you have to take a little bit of cinematic license there and have a balance. And also the guy wearing it and David, the way David shot it and Michael Simmons lit it, that was really important.
I was just going to add, the first day that Chris brought the mask to set and Jim put it on, and we're in the back of a house and we're preparing for the film, and we see it kind of in the shadows off in the distance down the hallway. I see them preparing for it, and it was a chilling effect. Like you got the feeling that you wanted. You got the feeling, but it's present. It's not on a movie screen. It's in the house that you're in, and you hate it. You're drawn to it. There's something absolutely horrifying about its almost vacancy. It's there's a subtle melancholy to it that I love, and just seeing the subtle movements as Jim started to possess that character, and you would see the slightest head tilt or those things really start to echo, and then all of a sudden we knew we were on something. That was right before we started production, and it gave everybody that thrill, that chill that said we're going to get it right.
So I had Justin Mabry come in, who's an excellent sculptor at recreating that look, and we had that mask. We ended up not shooting it. We ended up not using it. Those exist, and they're probably worth a lot of money.
All right. There we go. And we're in the dark. And there we are. All right. Excuse me. All right. Yeah. Just some of the fun from 5 years ago, 40 Years of Terror. Yeah. I see you guys talking about scheduling a meetup. Absolutely. Once we get a little bit closer and everything's set in stone, yeah, I definitely want to schedule a Triple M crew meetup with you guys. It's going to be so cool. Teen Wolf, that's our local hookup there. Teen Wolf will be our in-town local to show us around, tell us places to eat and not to eat and all that good stuff. But that's going to be amazing, actually connecting with all you guys. And some of you, we connected with before, either at 40 Years of Terror or some other conventions along the way. David Suber is one of them, and some of you other guys over the years. And it's been amazing. And my wife and I, Sue, when we were out there in 2018, it was just such an epic experience. So, yeah, gonna look forward to that. And like I say in the live chat, I definitely plan to schedule a official meetup time and schedule it when we can all, connect face to face. It'll be weird, it'll be a little bit weird at first, I think, but I think it'll be great, and we'll get some good video and photos and all, and stuff that we can share, and it'll be awesome. And yeah, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. That's gonna be great. All right. Yes, definitely fun times, David. Yeah, epic panels. Larry says John Carpenter has to be smiling at this. I'm pretty sure 45 years ago he was like, I'm just to make this movie. Yeah, he had no clue, but yeah, it's unbelievable. Teen Wolf recommends Glendale. Glendale is Porto's Bakery. Okay, awesome. The muffins are good. Parking is a nightmare, though. Yeah. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Porto's Bakery. There we go. See, that's what we're going to depend on you for, Teen Wolf. The inside scoop, not the tourist stuff, but the real locals info. That's where you're going to come in handy. You're our LA local for all us East Coast tourists that have no idea what we're doing out there. Let's see. City Kitty would love to go to H45, but Cali's a bit too far. I guess I'll have to live vicariously through you guys. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if we'll be documenting everything, our entire event, for sure. All right, we do have two other just quick news items I wanted to talk about real quick. The first is an update. I want to talk a little bit more about that new officially licensed Halloween 2 board game. And you will recall that this is something that that we talked about a few weeks ago. That Fright Rags and Stop the Killer. They've put out a few horror-based board games already. One was based on Silent Night, Deadly Night. One was based on My Bloody Valentine. They're kind of hitting all the holidays. Now they're doing one based on 1981's Halloween 2. And it's kind of a hot time for Halloween-themed tabletop board games this summer. Because not only are we getting this from Fright Rags and Stop the Killer, as we've also talked about previously here on Michael Myers Monday, we're getting a new officially licensed Halloween 78 tabletop board game as well from Trick or Treat Studios, that one. And we're also getting an unlicensed original kind of tribute to the slashers of the 70s and specifically Halloween. It's called 1978 The Night They Came Home, and that's yet another tabletop slasher board game that takes place on Halloween in 1978. Go figure. And you can read more about all of these at HalloweenDailyNews.com. I've put the links down below. But tonight we got a little bit of update specifically on the Halloween 2 game, and that is because the Kickstarter page went live this past week. We got some new images, and we also got a pretty cool 7-minute trailer for this bad boy. And the trailer is really good. Actually, it's filmed really well. It's quality. It's kind of like a fan film. It takes place during the events of Halloween 2, but it's actually some events that we've not necessarily seen before in the film, if that makes any sense. You can watch that over at HalloweenDailyNews.com, and you can also find the link to the Kickstarter campaign. Now, when you... I'll play a little bit of it here so you can see what it is. And I'm not really going to turn the volume up. I'll turn it on just lightly in the background, but I'm going to kind of narrate over this and give you the lowdown on this game. Like I said, it is officially licensed from the 1981 sequel, Halloween 2.
Can we turn it off now? I don't want to think about it anymore.
It is produced by Fright Rags in partnership with Stop the Killer. And their Kickstarter campaign just recently kicked off with the release of this 7-minute trailer. And there you see there's some board games being offered by a nurse. It takes place at the hospital during the events of the film. But these are like some other characters that we don't necessarily see in that film until one particular one that we know eventually shows up. But it's a very inventive, very cool advertisement for this product. Now, according to the official announcement in Halloween 2, the game, Michael Myers is back. This is a retro-style tabletop game based on the classic slasher sequel, in which you can play as Dr. Loomis, Jimmy, Sheriff Brackett, Nurse Karen, and more characters from the film. And you will try to stop the Shape from reaching Haddonfield Memorial Hospital and killing Laurie Strode. The game is made for 1 to 4 players, and it features a double-sided board that allows Michael to stalk and kill with 3 levels of difficulty. And as you go through the levels, you collect weapons, you face obstacles, you set up roadblocks You draw unpredictable cards, answer trivia questions, which we should all be good at, and flick the retro spinner to determine your fate. I'm going to jump ahead so you can see a little more of this trailer here, which is really good. This is a great Michael Myers performance that they've got here. The mask looks very H2 appropriate. And as you can see, you're getting some shots very geniusly worked in of the game, because that's really what they're doing. They're playing the game here. And that's what you do in the game. You're at the hospital or around the hospital trying to stop Michael Myers. Now, this Kickstarter exclusive edition, which you can pre-order right now at the link in the description of this video, it includes 2 expansion packs with 8 additional player pieces. And some of these additional player pieces include Laurie Strode, good old Bud, Nurse Marion Chambers, and others. It also includes 10 more game cards in addition to the standard edition, I guess, and a trivia setback round. A variety of other upgrades will be unlocked if stretch goals are met. And the Kickstarter is running now until July 13th. It starts at $60, $59. And it starts at $59, and fulfillment is projected to begin in December. This trailer looks really good. And the idea for this game, I mean, I know a lot of people, when we say Halloween game, a lot of people are hoping and looking for a video game at this point, and I certainly get and understand that. But this is nonetheless pretty damn cool to see. Now, one thing I did want to look at is we're going to go over, and I'm going to pull up a couple photos so you can see a little bit of what we're talking about here with this double-sided board game and some of the weapons that you can collect. Here, let's, where is that? Okay, there it is. And we can maybe enlarge that a little bit. All right, so there's a pretty good look at what this game entails. I mean, some of the artwork. I mean, they've got artwork, some of which we've seen before on Fright Rags apparel, but they've got new artwork that they clearly shot for this game with their own Michael Myers actor, which I think is awesome. And I love the detail of it. I mean, when you start looking at some of the squares on the board and you start to zoom in, I mean, you see things like the word Sam Hain written in blood on the classroom wall. You see the badge of Officer Deputy Hunt. Just different weapons. And then when they were talking about earlier about picking up those weapons as you go, you see some of the weapons from the film, the scalpel, the knife, and so forth, the hammer, and so forth. And then the increased levels of difficulty. You see those levels in the back there. I guess you're going to lay those down over. I love the colors, though. Now, in this one, specifically, you're trying to stop Michael Myers. You'll recall that in the other Halloween 78 board game coming out this year from Trick or Treat, that one, you will have an option to play as Michael Myers as well, I believe. So this all looks really cool to me. I think it definitely is a way to make your game night's more exciting for sure. We did put the link to that Kickstarter where you can pre-order right now. It's in the description of this video. Let me hear your thoughts if you're going to be pre-ordering this, or if you already have, like some of you I know already have. Are you more excited for this one or the Trick or Treat Halloween 78 board game? Are you buying them both? Have you pre-ordered them both? I'd love to hear from you. Let's see what the live chat is saying about Halloween 2, the game. Let's see. Patrick says the actor in the video is Lido Velasco. Chatted with him the other day. Did a great job. He also composed the music for the video. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, he did a great job. And the music's awesome. Let's see. Patrick is having Anthony Massey from Stop the Killer and Matt Russell, who did the video on the podcast. Awesome. Sweet. I'll have to check that out next Sunday night. Very cool. Patrick pre-ordered the first day. Awesome. Nikki says, like the 78 game better, but possibly get them both. Very cool. Rob's going to have both games. Excellent. Patrick pre-ordered three copies of the game. I hear you, man. Yeah, well, you gotta have your one you can open and actually play. You gotta have your one to keep in the package, and I guess you gotta have a third one just in case, right? You never know. Might need a stocking stuffer or something, right? And Brett says they hit that goal rather quickly on Kickstarter. Hell yes. Larry's asking about tickets to the convention. Halloween45.com. You can get them right now online. Halloween45.com. Or, of course, you could always just go to HalloweenDailyNews.com and search for 45, and that will click on any of our articles about it, and we'll have a link there too. But it's HalloweenForty5.com is the quickest way to get there. And then one other really cool merch bit of news I saw just within the last week or so. You might have seen this. Neca is releasing a new wave of head knockers, including our boy. Speaking of Halloween 2, a lot of Halloween 2 talk tonight. You know, like when I can keep a somewhat theme running through, whatever that might end up being. Sometimes I don't even know what it is until we're done. And then I'm like, wow, that was kind of the theme that ran through. But definitely a bit of Halloween 2 love tonight. Check out this new Michael Myers head knocker. I know Patrick and my other collectors here in the live chat are definitely going to be snatching this guy up. I'm going to have to add this guy to my collection too. I think he looks awesome. I love Halloween 2. I love Blood Tears Michael. And this is just a cool idea of the flames. Similar to kind of what they did with the Flaming Michael figure. But here he is in head knocker form with those flames attached to the actual body of the figure. He comes with a stand that reads Halloween 2. And again, the Blood Tears mask. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense logically, but who cares? Who you can't argue with the Blood Tears mask, man. It's awesome. It's a great moment Does it make sense? Hell no, it doesn't matter. It looks awesome. So I don't believe these are up for pre-order yet. The announcement post said that they're going to be shipping it in October, and you can check your favorite stores for pre-order. So I guess they are up for pre-order right now. Awesome. So there we go. Yet more for all us collectors to break our wallets over, right? I hear you, Brett. Need a break on the new items, yeah, because it's breaking me. Nikki says it looks more like Halloween 5, Michael. You're kind of right. The mold of that mask is, now that you mention it, I kind of see the H5 you're talking about. The way the hair is just kind of slicked back too. Yeah, I kind of see that. Not quite an H5, but I see what you're seeing in it for sure. I didn't until then. That's funny. Brett says, looks like Michael has some vines growing on it. Yeah, it's a little, it's kind of weird. but yeah, I'm loving all these different head knockers. Nothing's going to beat the Bob, I don't think, from last year. I don't know, though. They might come up with something. Teen Wolf. Tempted to get the old one where he's standing behind the railing. Yeah, I still need that one where he's standing behind the railing. I haven't got that one yet, but I got a bunch of the ones from last year. The standing behind the bush and the Bob. Looks like fall leaves. Yeah, it does. It does kind of look more like fall leaves when you first look at it. Definitely. All right. What we're gonna do now is we are gonna pull up tonight's shout outs. Triple M shout outs. We like to do this every week. Just pick out a couple highlights from the Twitterverse and IG land. We've been doing this hashtag every Monday since 2013, trying to make Mondays more killer and suck a little less. And you guys are part of that. Now, not everybody knew about it. Some people are still, believe it or not, just now learning that Michael Myers Monday is a thing. Like this tweet that came in this morning from Mudge on Twitter. That's at Tipsy Tauntaun. Didn't know Michael Myers Monday was a thing. Well, of course, I had to let them know that, well, yeah, it's been a thing every Monday for the last decade. But they say they're down, so they're cool. They're welcome. They're one of us. And hey, keep spreading the word. See? New converts every week. Happy Michael Myers Monday, Mudge. Another one from Twitter today. This is Hellerwise Vixen. And we've seen this meme plenty of times when you're enjoying the summer, but you still have Halloween in your heart. We've seen it. It's an oldie but a goodie, but it never gets old. And it's pretty timely for mid-June, I think. It's finally starting to warm up a little bit where we're at. All right, moving over to Instagram for a couple of these. Again, I like to keep thematics in line as much as possible. So we were talking about young Nikki Yablans. We were talking about Richie. Here's Robbie C. on the scene at the site of Richie's famous run-in with Michael Myers at the real-life location of Garfield Elementary, California. Another one from Instagram today. This was actually posted last week on Michael Myers Monday by the great Tyler Main. He said, whose mood can you relate to on this Michael Myers Monday? Anytime we see new behind-the-scenes photos that we haven't seen, I don't remember seeing this one. So much stuff was shot behind the scenes during Rob's films. It's crazy to still see stuff like this coming out. course, Ken Foree there on the left, Big Joe Grizzly, Tyler, and one of my favorite alternate masks in the entire franchise, honestly. That escape mask, that's one of my favorite alternate masks. All right, moving on. Still here on Instagram from the great folks there at Sugar Mint Gallery, located literally next door to the Myers house. This one was also posted a week ago, but we didn't do a live stream last week. And they tagged Michael Myers Monday. And this is some kick-ass artwork. So here we go. The art, by the way, is by an account at Spooky Summer. You can find them on Instagram at Spooky Summer. Look at those haunting eyes. Love the 2018 look of the mask. Love this interpretation of it. Another one from Instagram. This is taking a familiar painting and, of course, adding our boy stalking just outside the window. This comes to us from October Scares on Instagram. Another one from Instagram, another friend of the brand, Dave Ferrick. And check this out. I'm going to play a little bit of this for you because he's playing a little tribute to his history in this franchise. And one more, once again from Tyler Main. This one posted today, this Michael Myers Monday. Tyler says, it's Michael Myers Monday, and I'll be doing my very first in costume professional photo ops at Astronomicon 6.5 this weekend. So there you go. If you live near Livonia, Michigan, you can be part of Tyler's first ever in costume photo op. And he says that part of the proceeds are going to be donated to a charity called Deliver Fund, which is a nonprofit helping to end human trafficking through technology and innovation. That's pretty awesome. He goes on to say that with each photo op and extra ticket purchased, you'll have a chance to win the set of the 3 brand new Trick or Treat masks with the specially created jumpsuit for this photo op. So, pretty awesome. Tyler taking a cue from Jamie Lee Curtis, it sounds like. You know, using his convention appearances and this fandom to actually raise some awareness and raise some money for a cause that he believes in and is behind and is passionate about. So, props to him for that. That sounds awesome. And yeah, make a note if you're in the area. I mean, photo ops are awesome. Professional photo ops are great. But those in costume photo ops, you know, that's really special because it doesn't happen all the time. And often sometimes they're wearing screen use stuff, but in Tyler's case, it's never happened before now. So there you go. Another first for this franchise. All right. It is just about midnight here on the East Coast anyway. And even though that don't mean much, Tuesday's still Michael Myers Monday in our hearts and minds, right? Just like every day's Halloween. But I'm going to turn over here to the live chat one more time, and then we are going to get out of here this evening. This has been a blast this evening. Let's see. Where was I? Rob will definitely pick up the head knocker, Michael. The new H2. I like it. Brett really likes the Michael Myers age 6 head knocker. I do too. That age 6 clown is awesome. Nikki would like to see a Laurie 78 bobblehead. Yes. Yes, Laurie and Loomis. And you know, I always say, you know, Jamie Lloyd. I'd love to see more Jamie Lloyd stuff. And I don't know what the deal is with the licensing of that one, but why we haven't seen more Jamie Lloyd clown baubles and figures over the years. I would just think from a from the production line standpoint, that would be a figure that licensing wise, once they have the movie license, you don't necessarily need Danielle's likeness. You can, have Jamie in the mask, and I just have we've never really seen that, so that's one I'd love to see. Let's see. Yeah, the Royal Baubles one. Those Royal Baubles, they are quality baubles. I'll tell you. I mean, some of the other ones I've purchased over the years, they're kind of cheaper, lightweight plastic. But those Royal Baubles, they are heavyweight, built to last. They're quality items. I love them. Teen Wolf says we need a Myers week. Well, yeah, Michael Myers week. Every day is Michael Myers Monday. But we just got to do it up at least at some point. We've got to schedule the live stream at some point, so got to make it Mondays. But yeah, no, for 10 years, I used to dread Mondays, and mostly when I was in school as a kid. I think more than ever then. But I love Mondays now because we can look forward to this. And I look forward to seeing, you guys and everybody tagging us and using the hashtag and what's going to be put out there. That's always exciting. And the best part is wrapping it all up with you guys every week right here. So again, thanks for your patience. Apologies for not doing a live stream last Monday. Let us hear your comments if you're watching this on a replay down below. On everything we've talked about. And as you guys know, you can always learn more about everything we talk about every week right here during any of our live streams, anytime, every day at HalloweenDailyNews.com. Once again, $3 off the Michael Myers masks in our collectible figures, HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. Use code MMMCrew3. MMMCREW, and then the number 3. That'll get you $3 off any of our in-stock Michael Myers masks or the Michael and Laurie H2 figures. Also, I've got a pinned post right at the top of our live chat here tonight. That is to our new HDN mug. You can purchase that and get 25% off. You can get 25% off any of our HDN merchandise sold through our spring store. All you got to do is use coupon code YTShopping25. All right. And when you get your merch, make sure you tag us, of course, on your socials. Share it here on YouTube, Instagram, wherever. Tag us. We'll repost. We'll reshare. And then we'll do it again. And we'll keep the cycle going. All right, guys. We're getting closer to H45. We're getting closer to fall. And yeah, I think we're all going broke with all this new merch coming out, but I got a feeling even that's still just kind of getting going as well. So we got a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to. Give me your thoughts on all of this, and most of all, thank you all for hanging out tonight. Andromeda says, so sorry, quiet tonight, dealing with pretty bad workplace harassment. No. Hopefully nobody's harassing you. That's fucked up. Rob says, look forward to Triple M. Well, yeah, we look forward to you guys. I mean, David, rock on as always. Hoping to see you this August at Mad Monster Expo. That lineup's shaping up awesome as well. Let's see, Larry. I love Mondays now too. Yes, that's right. That's right. Rob says, happy Michael Myers Monday to all. Absolutely. Brett says, sorry, we need Bucky the most. Bucky, I think, did Sean say that Bucky passed away? The actor that played Bucky? I don't know. You guys correct me if I'm wrong about that. City Kitty says, thanks for always bringing the coolest show back, Mary Triple M. Well, thank you for calling it the coolest show. I love that. We try to be, I mean, it's Michael Myers, he's the coolest. I just try to live up to Michael's coolness. You know what I mean? But thank you for saying that. That's awesome. It means a lot. Patrick says, for the Triple M meetup, everyone needs to wear a Halloween Daily News t-shirt. He has one already. Sweet. Yes, we do need to do that. Yes. That's what we're going to do. Yes. For the Triple M meetup. Everybody wear your HTN shirt. We're going to put out some other designs too here this summer before then as well. I've got a few other ideas. And we're always open to ideas. I'm open to ideas. You guys tell me. Especially some of you members. Tell me some of the shirts you want to see. Christopher says you can't kill the boogeyman. Nope, you sure can't. Rob says, cool shirt, thank you. You have a great week as well. Oh, you mean we need a Bucky bobblehead? Brett says. Okay, I got you. I thought you meant Bucky as a guest. A Bucky bobblehead. Okay, well, yes. You raised my Jamie Lloyd request with a Bucky request. That's good. I like that. That'd be cool. Thank you, Rob, for the shirt comment. Andromeda, yeah, that sucks that you're dealing with that right now as we're speaking. Yeah, I hate hearing about that. I'm too smart for them. They will lose, but it's just exhausting dealing with such stupidity. Yeah, that is I hate hearing about that. Well, please take care of yourself. Stay safe. Number one. I mean, yeah, we all gotta make a living and do what we gotta do. But yeah, stay safe. Number one. Please take care of yourself. Let's see. Yeah, I agree, Brett. A Bucky bobble would be amazing. Andromeda, thanks for your support. Absolutely. Yeah, we're here. Yes, the actor that played Bucky did pass. Patrick confirms. Yes, I thought I remember hearing that a while ago. Unfortunately, he'd be an amazing one to meet for me. But yes, a Bucky bobble of some sorts. I think that makes all the sense in the world. Who has the H4 merch rights? Because I think there's so many possibilities with that movie in particular. Because there is young Michael in it too. Our friend Eric Preston. He appears in that film's version of the clown mask, just like Jamie does. So you could technically do a whole nother age 6 Michael from H4, the Eric Preston version, I would call it. You could do Jamie as the clown. I'd love if they could do her with and without the mask. That'd be cool. If you could get likenesses and permissions, I mean, you could do Loomis, and of course Michael. Of course, an H4 Michael, even though that's not most people's favorite mask sculpt in the series, but I think H4 is far, just from a merch standpoint. I'm surprised that the Jamie Lloyd character has not been used more. I'm glad we're getting more Laurie Strode stuff finally, or we were, it seemed like, for a little while, and then last year it kind of stopped. I was expecting Neca to put out more Ultimates of Laurie and Michael from ends, honestly, and we still haven't gotten either. I'm kind of surprised with that, but in any case, I've been surprised for years that we didn't get a Jamie Lloyd pop and or NECA yet, just because I would think that film would be easier to get the license to, and that character easier to get the license to than, say, a Laurie Strode or a Dr. Loomis. And then that film's Michael again. Well, that might not be everybody's favorite Michael. Of course, you want to own the pop when they put it out. You want to own the NECA when you put it out. You definitely want to own the Jamie Lloyd clown when you put it out, or the young Michael clown if you put that out, or maybe a set of the two of them. One of those Funko moments they do now with the mirror, where like you could have the broken mirror in between. Oh man, lots of possibilities. All right. Rob says David Gordon Green bobble that plays evil dies tonight. Yeah, a bobble that, yes, you would press a little button and the chant would come on. I think that'd be cool. I'm not even joking. I think that would be cool. I think that'd be awesome. That's a great idea, Rob. There you go. Make it happen, Royal Baubles. Andromeda, you guys are making me feel better. Well, I hope, again, I sincerely hope everything works out. Harassment is not cool. We're not cool with that. So I hope it doesn't escalate and everything is fine and cool. And yeah, don't, you know, if you got to go all Michael Myers on their ass, you know, we're with you. All right, guys, we're going to get ready to get out of here. I love all these bobble suggestions, though. Camp Blood says Joe Grizzly bobblehead. That's another one I can't argue with. That would be a good choice. I'm not even joking. Dr. Loomis as a bobble. Yeah, now Loomis is another one. I'm glad that it seemed like they were putting more Loomis stuff out, but then all of a sudden it was a pullback. So I don't know how those licenses work. I know it's a different thing when it's a person's likeness versus like a mask. But in any case, yeah, I would love to see more Loomis stuff, more Jamie Lloyd stuff. And while we're throwing it out there, and yes, we need that ins Ultimate Michael, we need that ins Laurie Strode. While we're throwing our wish list out there, Neca and Funko and everybody, how about bringing it full circle, keeping the themery going? Is themery a word? No, theming. How about a Corey Cunningham pop? A Corey Cunningham Ultimate. How about a set, a Corey and Allison set wearing their masks, the Scarecrow, the cat, masks that you can pre-order from our shop right now. The $3 discount's not good on the pre-orders, unfortunately. I can only do that on what we got in stock at the moment. You guys understand that. But those are really affordable. They're not even that expensive, and they're going to be awesome. And I'm going to have a set myself, of course. I might be rocking it out in Pasadena. I don't know. Rob says, be sick to have a Loomis bobblehead. Hell yeah. Andromeda says, the Iron Maiden of Haddonfield bobblehead. Now that would be cool. The Iron Maiden of Haddonfield, you know, the woman with the iron and kills. That would be a good one, Andromeda. Damn. You guys are going off on this now. We could do a whole Monday night just on bobblehead wish lists. A Big and Little John set, Andromeda. I like that. You know, when we were talking about most hoped for guests, I almost wanted to put Michael McDonald down, but I couldn't, you know, put one John and not the other one. You know, but I'd love for them both to be added as guests. Honestly, I thought they were great, and I'm hoping maybe if Sean gets word of this, if he hadn't thought of this, I'm sure he already has. But and I'm a little bit biased because I feel like I am connected to them a little bit. But the three, they're not kids anymore. The three young people, the three teenagers who played the Silver Shamrock trick-or-treaters, who come and they go trick-or-treating at the Myers house. And I interviewed all three of them, Gavin and Salem and Giselle, back around the release of Kills. Check those interviews out if you haven't already. But man, I think it'd be so cool to get the three of them, and they're all friends together in real life. Have them there as well. I don't know how many other people would appreciate it, but I think a lot of people would, especially the Halloween 3 Silver Shamrock crowd. I think that would be really cool to have them there, you know, representing with any of the H3 crowd, Tom Atkins and Stacey Nelkin and that group. But let me know what you think. Andromeda, I love Little John. Yeah. Have a homemade Bucky hard hat, but Tots needs to make an official one. Yes, Patrick. That's sweet. Brett, I'd take Allison and Corey over the high school bully band. Yes. Damn right. Not a hero says I've been collecting Donald Pleasant's treasures for a long time and now I'm up for anything. Awesome. Very cool. Brett, Reverend Jackson P. Sayer may be the best bobblehead ever. Gosh, you guys, I'm trying to sign off, but y'all keep coming up with these awesome bobbleheads. A Jackson P. Sayer Reverend. Does he come with in a set with like his truck too? Right? Does he like how Michael comes with the Myers house and Funko does these sets now? They would kind of have to sell him as a set with his truck, maybe. Oh man, Reverend P. Sayer. Yeah, you Jackson P. Sayer. That's a good one. I like that. You're hunting it, ain't you? Yeah, yeah. Everybody's in agreement. Yes, I think Brett wins the bobblehead competition tonight. I think we might have to call it on Reverend Jackson P. Sayer. That is awesome. Camp Blood says we need a Tina bobblehead announced for Tina Tuesday. Oh, that's good. Happy Tina Tuesday, everybody. It's after midnight here where we're at, out here on the outer rim of the East Coast. So, yeah, I guess it's Tina Tuesday. You know, there was an amazing Tina cosplay 5 years ago. I don't know who that person was. We photographed her. Looked awesome, you know. That's what I love about, well, conventions, but specifically when we went 40 Years of Terror, there were so many franchise deep cuts, you know, like we saw a Bucky cosplayer walking around, you know, we saw a Tina walking around, you know, just so many different variations of characters that we know and love, aside from the obvious Michael, Loomis, and Laurie's, of which there's obviously always plenty of them at most any con nowadays, uh, but I love the deeper cuts, like we're talking about here tonight. Oh my God, Patrick! I want a bush and a shotgun. We can call it Ted Hollister. That is great. That's awesome. Andromeda can't forget Meeker. Yep, that is good. A foot tall bobble. Rob wants a foot tall bobble of Michael Loomis or Laurie. Well, you know, I mean, they tend to always go with Michael first. So it'd probably be him first if they were going to go big. You know, Funko put out that big jumbo-sized Michael, which I own and I love. And he sits there with all of my other Michael Funkos, and he's ginormous with his ginormous head, but he's awesome. Um, David breaking out the Sayer quotes. I love it. You guys are awesome. All right. I'm going to call it. This has been awesome. Yeah. Happy Tina Tuesday to you all. That's going to be our new thing. Happy Tina Tuesday. Um, Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I think everybody watching at this point probably has. But if you haven't, hit the subscribe, turn on the notifications. Don't know when our next live stream will be. It will probably be next Monday. But you want to turn on the notifications so you don't miss it, because sometimes it's just breaking news, and I feel like I need to get on here and do a live broadcast, and that'll be easier. You know, a lot of times when we do these Mondays, usually the way it goes is I'll cut a news item or two that we talked about tonight into smaller standalone videos that will be posted tomorrow. And you guys know how that goes. And sometimes we'll do that with other news items, especially as the season goes on. Right now, it's midsummer. It's not even summer according to the calendar. I feel like it's midsummer in my mind, which midsummer means only like early Halloween. But in any case, as news starts getting more and more crazy and plentiful, and just more and more breaking news, you will see more live stream broadcasts where we can knock out multiple news items, not just related to this franchise always, but other stuff we're covering as well. So be on the lookout for all that. And if you dig the animatronics and all that stuff and the exciting product releases outside of this franchise, we got lots of that news coming. Exclusive interviews both within this franchise, some notable people that we've never interviewed before. Can't say who, but we're working on trying to get them on here very soon. That's going to be exciting. Other people outside the franchise, we're always working on getting exciting icons. I like to say nothing but icons here on the channel. Super amazing, legendary, iconic guests whenever possible. The men and women that have been behind the masks of some of the most iconic killers and just characters in the genre. And whenever possible, we try to get them on here. And we're going to be doing lots more of that as we go. So, subscribe, like, share, notifications, buy some merch, use the discount code, shop the other merch at our website, read the website every day, subscribe to that. Did I say everything? I think I got everything. All right. I think that's it. You guys are awesome. I'm going to get out of here. You guys are going to, yeah, I can't read anymore because I'm going to get distracted with more amazing bobblehead suggestions. Those were good. We'll have to do some more next week. Maybe that'll be next week's poll question. You never know. Most requested Halloween franchise bobble that's never been made. We'll see. But in any case, guys, you are amazing. You're awesome. You guys make it worth coming on here and doing this. So thank you for hanging out. It's been fun. I've had a blast. I hope you enjoyed it. At the very least, I hope you weren't miserable. Andromeda, you stay safe. Everybody else, Rob, thank you again for that super chat that kicked us off in style tonight. Thank you again to all of our members. You guys are very special to us. All of you that tuned in, you guys rock. I will see you all soon. Until then, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching. And happy Michael Myers Monday!